It's outrageous. It's exciting. It's One Piece. Once imagined as Romance Dawn, inspired by Dragon Ball, Netflix is recreating every fan's best-loved anime. In collaboration with Marty Adelstein, the renowned producer of Prison Break, the 1997 manga series is set to release in 2023. We don't have an official specific date yet. The anticipation and suspense around the live-action TV adaptation of Odaechimo manga are through the sky. Every manga fan has been waiting with bated breath to see how One Piece will actually look with real actors involved, since Tomorrow Studios and Tsuchiya announced their joint production. Interestingly, the production house has involved the world's most beloved artists and producers to steal hearts with scenes while sailing on Going Merry ship. In this video, we'll tell you all about Netflix's One Piece live-action show, and stay tuned till the end to find your surprise. When did Netflix start thinking of bringing Japanese anime to a live-action movie? It all started in 2017. On the 20th anniversary of the manga, Weekly Shonen Jump's editor-in-chief announced the series. Marty Adelstein, the co-producer of One Piece live action and founder of Tomorrow Studios, rejoiced for his upcoming adaptation by saying, "I've been a fan of One Piece for 20 years. I am so honored that Tsuchiya and Oda-san have entrusted me with such a cherished, iconic property." We can understand what an iconic moment it would have been. Marty Adelstein will be part of the Guinness World Record title for the most copies sold for comic book series by a single author. Wondering how many copies that must be? It's more than 500 million copies across the globe. Earlier, only Dragon Ball had a fan base as large as this. With 260,000 copies at the time, it attained the highest reading level for a comic book series. Even though the production announced the adaptation in July of 2017, the author, Oda Eiichiro, confirmed the partnership with Netflix in 2020. He shared his joy about the 10-series season of the manga with a message. "I know I announced the production of this back in 2017, but these things take time. Preparations have been slowly progressing behind the scenes, and it seems that I can finally make the big announcement. Netflix, the world's leading streaming entertainment service, will be lending us their tremendous production support. Unfortunately, the COVID outbreak caused a delay in production. But the wait is over with the latest release updates coming through with the poster on Netflix's social media." We're freaking out, aren't you? What about the team bringing the manga-turned-live-action adaptation to reality? Netflix is pouring money and talent into the largest manga adaptation. You'll agree with us when you know the showrunners, along with Adelstein, Becky Clements, the executive producer known for Snowpiercer 2020 and Cowboy Bebop 2021. Oda Eiichiro is also an executive producer. The live-action adaptation is being developed by none other than the screenwriter, Steven Maeda, the producer for The X-Files. However, that's not all. He'll be joined by the Jedi Master showrunner, as mentioned in his Instagram bio, Matt Owens. Moreover, the team has some fantastic writers on board to churn out magic through words and create an unforgettable cinematic experience. They are Alison Weintraub, Lindsay Geflin, Jason Cho, Tom Heidman, and among the others. The team has put their sweat and blood into the show, and it was pretty evident when Steven Maeda posted on his Instagram, capturing writers brainstorming through virtual meetings. The production house has remained hush on the progress of One Piece's adaptation, but this post infused enthusiasm in the manga fans. The showrunner also revealed the name of the project, Project Roger. Apart from the process of the production, cast selection is also a topic of interest. Multiple rumors and fan theories have been making the rounds about the cast. However, Matt Owens debunked them all, saying that One Piece was still castless at the time. What about today then? Do they have an impressive cast yet? Of course! Soon after the pandemic's woes calmed down, the production began hunting for its Straw Hat Pirates. Coming to performers, it wasn't clear at the beginning who would be in the ensemble cast of One Piece manga. Due to high expectations and previous failures of manga adaptations such as Death Note 2017, the production house had to be really cautious. And they have an official cast today. Are you ready for it? Here's the list of the most wanted pirates in the One Piece universe, according to Netflix. Duh! They are all fresh and young faces with the energy to bring their animated characters to real life. Inaki Godoy as Monkey D. Luffy.
随分暴れとるようじゃのルフィ
Straw Hat Luffy, or Monkey D. Luffy, is the protagonist of One Piece. The goofy nature and highly energetic persona make Inaki the perfect artist to play it. Tomorrow Studios has also included Colton Osorio to play the young Luffy, Emily Rudd as Nami.
ありがとう、ジンベエ。なんか一気に。
The navigator and the senior officer of the Straw Hats Pirates had to be immersed in anime. Considering that, Nami was the right choice according to the casting director of the adaptation, Taz Skylar as Sanji. The black-legged Sanji was supposed to be reincarnated on the screen, which can depict the wrath and dedication tilting towards. Thankfully, the casting crew found Taz Skylar, a British actor who has worked in war and crime movies. Makenyu Arata as Roronoa Zoro. The master of Santuro, i.e. Zoro, will come to your screen in the body of Makenyu Arata, the ripped physique with a background in live-action adaptation. Arata with green hair will take your breath away. Jacob Romero Gibbs as Usopp.
スーパーグローアップグレート黒カブトバグワー
Blending right in with the dream team, Jacob will be playing the role of Usopp. You can also spot him in one of the most-watched American TV series, Grey's Anatomy. Ilya is Sorley's Paulino as Alvida.
A lowly fruit could improve upon my already stunning good looks. One big change you may have noticed was that I look.
All hail Ilya, aka our very own Captain Alvida. She has worked in many teen dramas, including HBO's Max, The Sex Lives of College Girls. She has been cast for the role because of her eerily similar appearance to the antagonist, sporting a curly black hairdo. McKinley Belcher as Arlong.
もう終わりかあっけないな
Do you like Ozark? The good news is, now you can see one of its impressive actors again, i.e. McKinley Belcher, playing Arlong the Saw. However, fans' reactions to that news are very conflicted. Many people wonder about the intention to choose a black man to be the cruel antagonist in the story, but we're keeping all the comments aside for the day of its release, aren't we? Morgan Davies as Kobe. Australia-born Morgan Davies is entrusted with the responsibility to capture the essence of one of Luffy's first friends, Jeff Ward as Buggy.
懐かしいな生きていたのか
To give tough competition to Luffy, Jeff Ward is coming in the first scene with Alvida to cause hurdles in Luffy's quest. You might recall him from Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. as the character Deke Shaw, Vincent Reagan as Garp.
モンキー・ディ・ルフィに合わせたい男たちがおるんじゃ
Who could be a better person to play the mighty Marine Vice Admiral and grandpa of Luffy than Vincent Reagan? You don't need his introduction, or should we say, this is Sparta. The other cast members of the show have also been selected. In the live-action series, you will find Aidan Scott as Helmeppo, Peter Gadiot as Shanks, Gene Henry as Fullbody, Len Barry Simmons as Chew, Alexander Manithis as Caldor, Stephen Ward as Mihawk, Craig Fairbrass as Chef Zeph, Langley Kirkwood as Captain Morgan, Celeste Lutz as Kaya, Chioma Umela as Nojiko. All things aside, has the production even begun yet? The tension is palpable, we get it. And to answer your question, yes, the team has already wrapped up the shooting of all of its 10 episodes of the first season. In fact, in the Geeked Week of Netflix, the platform released the first look at the sets of One Piece in Cape Town, South Africa. The video has added to the buzz by depicting various concept art for Miss Love Duck, The Going Merry, and Barati. The detailing and the sheer will to construct the truest anime set are giving us hope for the adaptation's success. What are the expectations of manga fans with the One Piece adaptation? If we had to sum it up in one word, it wouldn't be good. Surprised? Here's why. The audience is skeptical, as they should be, due to the fact that despite the massive amount invested in the live-action series, the adaptation can face backlash if showrunners decide to change any bits of the manga comics. Take Death Note 2017 and Cowboy Bebop 2021 as examples. The The failure of these two live-action films show how Western cinema fails to grasp the undertones and real nature of anime. Another significant reason is the changes in the characters, which impact the overall feeling of the plot. One of the exceptionally successful manga adaptations on Netflix is Alice in Borderland, written by Haru Aso and directed by Shunsuke Sato. Its global success stems from the film's faithful adaptation of the original manga, which demonstrates the director's respect for the original. That's how a manga is done right. As a result, Matt Owens and Steve Maida have tried to assuage the fandom by conducting multiple sessions seeking their opinion. How far will these efforts turn the billion-dollar manga series into a successful live-action adaptation? For that, we'll wait until it airs on Netflix. It's time for the One Piece Easter eggs you've been waiting for. It won't be fair if fans can't have an Easter egg before the release, especially if it's a masterpiece by Oda Ichiro. Oda-san is staying true to his words. He promised that the adaptation would be faithful to the fans who have supported One Piece for 20 years. So here we are decoding his Easter eggs from the newly released posters for you. Easter egg 1. Luffy is wearing shoes instead of his characteristic sandals. Easter egg 2. The presence of News-ku or the mailman in the anime might hint toward future plot expectations. Phew! That's a lot to cover in one video, but we had fun, right? Drop a comment and tell us how eager you are for it all to be aired. Sayonara!
Trying to tell myself I'm fine.